Manny Pacquiao fan, I gotta imagine.
I mean,
or not anymore, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, did you look at that and think to yourself, if that was me, I not me? You know, any part of you feel like, damn. You know?
And I think there's like certain things that you can't explain to people. I mean, when I fought Thurman, I was going back to the corner, like my face was like painted in blood, and like that smell. I was watching that fight, I'm like, man. I was thought in my head, I'm like, bro, I can only imagine how it smells.
Showtime, Shawn Porter here with Mario Barrios. You got Manny Pacquiao, big dog. What do you think? Tell me about it. You fight Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. You know, I didn't even think I was gonna be here one day, getting matched up with him, let alone defending my title against him. It's huge. It's gonna be a huge mark in my career and my journey. And I mean, I'm thankful
though. Manny Pacquiao fan, I gotta imagine.
I mean,
or not anymore, but
yeah,
you know, like.
Yeah, no. I mean, I grew up just like watching him, and I mean, like I've been saying to everybody, there's been fights where I've rooted for him. There's been fights where I've rooted against him. He was just a name that since I got into boxing, like as a kid, like that was if I thought about boxing, I knew who Manny Pacquiao was.
What fight was it you were rooting for?
Oh man, there's
a handful.
Yeah, there's a handful. When he fought Haddon, when he fought Thurman, yeah. When there's been a gang of them where I've been against him. When he fought like Marquez, when he was fighting, for like Marquez. I can't think.
Whenever he got in the ring with Azteca.
Yeah, really though, yeah.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah. So what do we do here? Do we give him the respect and talk about him first? Or do we give you the respect and talk about you first? I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, but you got a job to do. You know what I mean? Who we talking about, you first? We talking about him first?
We talk about me first.
All right, I like that. I want to see where your confidence is at anyway. What are we missing when it comes to Mario Barrios? There's people that think you're going to lose to this 46-year-old man. What are we missing?
I'm not too sure, what we're missing, but it's just my job to go in there, just be myself, just continue to show what I bring inside those ropes. I think a lot of people underestimate my boxing ability sometimes, and it's overlooked. But these are the type of fights where I'm able to bring that out in, and that's exactly what I'm looking to do. Everybody knows what to expect whenever Pacquiao gets in there. And just my job, to go in there, neutralize anything he tries to do, and then just dominate and make sure I walk out, still holding that title. I
can think of right off the top of my head 3 big names that you've been in the ring with. Your Dennis Ugas, Keith Thurman. You guys actually share those similar opponents, and then also Tank Davis. Those are the 3 names that I know of off of your list. Manny Pacquiao's list kind of goes, there's kind of a book for his list.
The scroll.
So one would say that there's a separation in the experience. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like you've got enough experience for Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem admitting, like Pacquiao for sure has me on the experience. Mm-hmm. He has me by 16 years of experience in life.
Right.
Yeah, but I think everything I've been able to accomplish in my career. I mean, I'm more than ready, to go in there and defend my title against a legend like Pacquiao.
I don't know how much you know about betting, but you are the underdog. Mm-hmm. Surprised?
I've been really like back and forth. Today I heard I was apparently I was favored, but like I had been known that I was the underdog. Yeah, I'd been known I was the underdog, but it never really bothered me. I'm not a betting man myself. Yeah, so I never really paid attention to the odds. Yeah, it's kind of just brought up to me like randomly. But if I am the underdog, I mean it wouldn't be the first time. I never cared being the underdog. I didn't bet, so I didn't give a damn. Yeah, but once I started to hear chirps of you're going to get knocked out or you're going to lose or he's going to walk all over you and then I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, tripping. Do you feel any disrespect at what's been said a little bit? I know there's been chirps of, you don't stand a chance with the great Manny Pacquiao. Do you feel disrespected at all? Yeah, a little bit. I feel like that comes with every fight though.
Yeah.
Like every fight, there's always gonna be like chirping. There's always gonna be like some talking, or like people are gonna be doubting you. People are gonna say, "Oh, you're done," or "You're finished," or "You're not hungry anymore." But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I got a legend in front of me. He's trying to take what I got. Um, I've been saying I don't know if it was an insult or a compliment, that he wanted to come out of retirement and to fight me, for the belt. But regardless, it's just my job to go in there and make sure like he doesn't get that W.
Let's talk a little bit about Manny. He's 46 years old. He's been retired for 4 years. What's the upside of it for you? What do you look at when it comes to fighting Manny? I mean, you knock out Manny, you knock out an old man. You beat up on Manny. You beat up on an old man who's been retired for 4 years. Any of that matter to you? Or is it just this is the great Manny Pacquiao? Like, what's the upside for you in this?
Yeah, for me, yeah, man, it's just being able to just even have that experience, to be in there with such a fighter. I think Pacquiao is one of those where he has a style that you can't just mimic. Being there with someone like him, there's only one Manny Pacquiao, and just being able to have the honor, step in there with a legend, and defend my title against him. I think that's the other thing too. I mean, it's not like I was kind of just hanging out and I was like, oh, like I want to fight Pacquiao.
Right.
No, like he said he wanted to fight me, so that's how I was like, what? I was like, okay. I was like, if that's if that's what he wants, it would be an honor.
Yeah.
But I'm still going there, like with bad intentions.
Is it a complete honor, or is any part of you like, why'd you pick me? You know what I mean? Like, is there a chip on your shoulder at all?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Because him and his team, they're like, oh, I've heard a couple trips from his team, like, oh, his style was made for Pacquiao, and I was like, what's that mean, right? What's that mean, right? Exactly. Yeah. But if they're like overlooking, or if they're comparing me, to any of his opponents, in the past that he has fought, with similarities, I think they're going to be in for a rude awakening on fight night.
Well, the co-main event, you got Sebastian Fundora getting back in the ring with Tim Tszyu. Did you watch the first fight, and what'd you think about it?
I did. I was there at the fight, and I thought it was an action-packed fight, and it was like some old school like gladiator stuff, man. Just like bloody.
A lot of blood.
Bloody war, man.
Did you look at that and think to yourself, if that was me, not me? I'm retired, so I'm allowed to think that way. You know what I mean? But any part of you feel like, damn, like,
Yeah, a little bit, man. Only because, like, I mean, right? We have both been in those type of wars where, like, man, it's just bloody, like.
True.
And I think there's like certain things that you can't explain to people. And I tell people all the time, like, man, like I mean, when I fought Thurman, I was going back to the corner, like my face was like painted in blood. And like that smell, or like it's something that you kind of, it's hard to describe, right? It's just having that metallic smell, having the smell of the leather from the gloves. Also, like it's a crazy mixture. But that's what, like, when I was watching that fight, I'm like, man. I was thought in my head, I'm like, bro, I can only imagine how it smells. Like,
and you knew that there was a part of Tim that didn't care about that cut at all, huh?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, because I know. I mean, I've seen enough of Tim's fights. I know the type of a warrior he is, and that's why, man, I tip my hat to him for even continuing like the fight how he did, and like basically fighting blind for a lot of it.
I was gonna ask, round after round, seeing it go, at any point where did you think he might try to stop the fight, or at any point where you like, damn, like he's still in there, like what were your thoughts?
When I was watching it, I don't think there was ever a point where I thought he was gonna stop it. I thought maybe his corner might, like, if anything, because again, man, literally, like, you could see him in there, like, wiping his eyes, like trying to get the blood out of his eyes just so he could try to, like, land a punch.
Yeah.
And, like, literally every corner going back, like, face is just drenched in blood. So, I mean, I never had to question, like Tim Tszyu. I know, again, I've seen him fight enough. I know, the type of fighter he is. But, yeah, I thought maybe his corner might, but they didn't.
I know he's 154 pounds. You're 147, but did you ever look at him as a potential opponent for you?
Yeah. For sure. A lot of the 54s. I mean, for me, especially in my frame, it's only a matter of time until like I'm gonna make that move up. Right now, I have my eyes set on the welterweight division. I'm still, making the weight comfortably, thankfully. But yeah, as soon as that time hits where I'm like, okay, that I can't be doing this anymore, right? It's too much for my body. Then we're gonna make the move up.
When it comes to Manny Pacquiao, we know he's fast, we know he's quick, we know he's got some power, especially in that left hand. What do you need to do to conquer Manny Pacquiao?
I think, I just need to go in there and I need to be myself. I need to neutralize, what he tries to do. And I need to make him feel his age. And, he has some of the fastest hands and feet in the sport, but, timing always beats speed. And I feel like I've always had, great time. And I also have, great boxing ability. And, I have to go in there and use, all of those attributes, that have gotten me, to this point in the first place.
Got a prediction for fight night?
Only prediction I have is me going back to San Antonio, still holding that title.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, there it is, the other side of the main event. You guys can catch it right there, July 20th on Australia's home of big boxing main event.